short today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for
Hello? I haven't put my gloves on yet. We have some names I don't recognize. Right? Am I crazy? But hi everyone. Welcome. Just give me a moment while I put on my gloves. You're new? Hi Foam Sword. You are fairly new. Found me through slime. Well, welcome. This is me putting my gloves on, because as you see, I have stiff hands. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. And apparently, if you're in Canada, it is a long weekend. Which long weekend is it? It's, colloquially, it is known as, oh yeah, it's VTuber weekend, whoa! But, it's Queen Victoria's birthday? Victoria Day? So, because Canada is technically a Commonwealth country, technically, Canada is still under the Queen, yes, tea and crumpets. Petri. Okay, let me, put my gloves activated. Because they are not activated. And then I should recalibrate. Ooh. Also, you can hear the floor creak. It's like the only part in the office that has a creaky floorboard. It's right there. Also, this is my first stream. I have phone verification on for the first time. I was just I know it, like, I didn't have it on for the longest time, and like I kind of was against it, but then I was talking to a bunch of other large content creators with like their experiences and why they all enabled phone verification, and I'm just like, I've experienced that, and I'm just like, let's put it on. So I have phone verification for Twitch now, which I'm not sure how it's going to affect things. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, today is Saturday, which means my streams are kind of like a do anything kind of day. Also good for other businesses, huh? What, phone verification? You're saying phone verification is good for other businesses? What do you mean by other businesses? Hold on, sorry, I need to, if I do that, it's gonna mess things up. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I have my headphone amp still on, and I'm like, I'm not using it. I should turn it off. But if I turn it off, it's gonna disable the sound device, which is gonna make my should be okay. If my stream dies, it's because I turned off my headphone amp. So give me a sec. I just don't want to waste power. We good? We're good. Great. Well, it's not like avoiding terrible people, because like you're still gonna get terrible people. It's just like, what is the frequency of that going to be? Right? Also, I kind of want to try something, which is just give me a sec. I'm gonna try something. Maybe this will increase my own sound quality. It shouldn't make a difference to you at all. We're gonna see. Does that make a, oh, that's, it made no difference, but I'm gonna turn this off, because I don't need this, and maybe it'll reduce the amount of wireless that I get in the area. Maybe. It might make a difference over, I just removed, because I'm lazy, I had a pair of wireless headphones going into another pair of wireless headphones, and now I just have it going into the one wireless headphones instead of daisy chaining them. I'm not louder, I'm the same, I'm just closer to the mic now. There shouldn't be any difference in volume for you overall. Oh, I need to charge this. Do I make VTube stuff? Yes, yes I do. Rob! Thank you! Thanks for the 13 months! Thank you for the resub. Thank you. So, I got my Steam Deck reservation. It came up yesterday, by the way. And I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Cause it's kind of expensive. And I don't think I need it. I can't, I'm trying to justify a use case for the Steam Deck. And I can't think of one. Hi, Captain Steel Pants. Like, I wanted a Steam Deck for so long. I just can't think of a use for one. Which is the issue. I can't think of a use for the Steam Deck.
Aw, gay.
Okay, so here's why I originally reserved a Steam Deck. It's because I reserved it the first day that I could. So I reserved it in May. And I was thinking at the time, I was probably just going to use the Steam Deck as a stream box. So like to just run OBS on it when I'm like as on the regular. And I could probably get a couple videos out of it. And I could probably do a thing like how to do VTubing on it. And I thought it'd be fun to also like try to do some VR stuff on it. So what has changed? And like, okay, so, and that's how I was like justifying the cost of the Steam Deck. Cause like, it comes down to like, the Steam Deck is a very nice to have kind of product, not a need to have kind of product. So I made the reservation. Time went on. And I ended up getting a Mac Mini as my stream computer. So that's what I'm streaming on right now, is a Mac Mini. So now that use case is taken out. I've seen people do VR stuff already on YouTube who got early access to it, and the results are not good. Like, it's cool, the results are cool, but it's like, it's not spectacular. So alternatively now, it's like, you can't run VC Face on it really well, because VC Face does have a Linux build. It's just not great. Then after that, it would be running your own VTubing app. But that requires so much power. So I'm just like, what am I even gonna do for it? So it literally would just turn into getting it for videos, which it's definitely not gonna pay itself off. Yeah, someone redeemed Hydrate, a noob redeemed Hydrate. So we're getting hydrated. See, we're getting hydrated. This is we're hydration station. Just plug it into a NASA computer. So yeah, I don't have a use for it. And like, the issue is, the main reason this has really been on my mind is because they only give you the 3 days, right? So right now, where it's sitting at is it's $660 Canadian. Plus tax, it comes to around 800 Canadian. So it's like around 800 Canadian, and I have to decide by tomorrow, 12 p.m. And that's when it expires. So, I've heard nothing but good things about the Steam Deck. Everyone that I know that has one loves it. And like, but everyone's used it. Everyone that I know that has it and loves it. Well, everyone that I know has it, that has it, loves it. And they use it for portable gaming, what it's meant to be used for. So, can you make stuff for people for free? Of course. Do you have like a site? Type in !socials and then you'll see my sites. That's the what I can say. !socials. See all my stuff? All my stuff is there. TikTok? I don't really make TikToks. I think I have like two TikToks. I can't get in the TikTok. I try every time and I'm just like, oh, I don't like TikTok. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, that's probably what you are looking for. But if you want to keep up to date with other stuff that I do, that I don't release on my YouTube channel, because sometimes I'll talk about stuff like that. My Twitter's nice. Why don't I want a Steam Deck? Because it's a lot of money. I can't justify. Right now, here's the thing. I need to be able to justify purchasing it by tomorrow. And I can't justify it. I can't think of a reason why I would get it. So like I've even gone as far, I already have I've never done a tip goal before, meaning that like if someone like gives cash dollar, like it makes a bar appear. I've done bit goals, but I've never done a dono goal, I guess. I even prepared one just in case I'm like, maybe I want to do my first one for it, but like I don't know. Cause like the odds of me being able to suddenly raise $800 is not like within how many hours is it? let me check. Not very long. It's I don't think it's possible. And like I don't think I'm gonna get it. Let me check. Boop, boop, boop. I have, yeah, 1 day and 4 hours. It's not happening. I've considered selling out up until the point where I said, I don't think I'm gonna do it. This stream, that's when I decided. That's why my title is I'm a sellout, because I was contemplating selling out. Basically. Everyone I know, it's like, is trying to get me to get it. I'm like, I can't justify it. We're talking about the Steam Deck, not the Stream Deck. Steam Deck. Steam Deck. This thing, I'll show you. Boop, 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 boop. This thing, Steam Deck. Oh, it's right here. See? Steam Deck. This is what we're talking about. Oh, did I disappear? Where did I go? Big, small. Oh! OM darling, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, the Steam Switch. So that's been my debate for the past little while. How was your stream? It was good? What were you streaming? Hi everyone. Welcome. But when it comes down to the Stream Deck by Elgato, I recommend that. And anyone, you're free to disagree with me, and you're like, but it's like just a bunch of hotkeys. Here's the thing. You're paying for really good hotkeys. To put it this way, I have one Stream Deck that controls 3 computers. It's only plugged into one, but it can control 3 computers. I also have it set up so that it can do a sequence of events by 1 button press. Can you do this with auto hotkey? Yes. Is it a lot harder to set it up with auto hotkey? Yes. Can you label auto hotkeys, like by getting a custom keyboard and remapping things? You can. And then you would have to physically get a piece of tape, put it over the keycap, and then write what you want on it. I think it's, by the time you end up spending that much money and time and effort, it's like, it's just worth the Stream Deck. Personally, that's what I think. Hi, Globy. I already have a good computer, yeah. So that's why I can't justify getting one. Like, the use case I could see for the Stream Deck would be like if I played a lot of games mobile, like if I walked around the house, or I like was out and about, but like, who goes outside? I don't go outside very often. And like, I don't play a lot of games mobily because like, I have a Switch. I love playing my Switch, but where do I play my Switch? Sitting in my office, basically. Batman Arkham Origins. Nice. A lot of people have been playing that lately. I wonder what the... Oh, I wonder if it's because like the Batman game came out? No, the Batman movie came out with, what's his name? Sparkly vampire guy. Was in a movie about elephants. I don't remember. But yeah, that movie wasn't bad, actually. Robert Pattinson, yes, yes, yes. But Elden Ring in the bathroom? I don't take a long time in the bathroom. And usually, like, if I'm going to the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom. Do you know what I mean? Do you want a little TMI information? Okay, so when I go number 2, it's like, I sit down, and then it just happens. It just happens. That's it. There's no, like, there's no pushing. There's no whatever. It just... So, I never, and like the thing is the toilets are not comfortable. Do you know what I mean? So like, I don't get the whole concept of people who are like, oh, it's time to go to the bathroom, time for my half-hour break. Like, I don't understand that because like, the toilet's not a comfortable place to be. Right? It's not. It's hard. It's either hard, usually it's flat, or it's like a weird like curve shape, and then there's that hole in the center, so like your butt is like sinking in. I just don't get why people like being in the toilet. So I try to like always make my time there as quick as possible. It's like sit down and do my business and get out. Well, I mean, wash your hands and then get out. They just like the loneliness? What do you mean just... Maybe it's because, like, I spend most of my time inside. Maybe. That could be it. I've had a heated toilet seat. They're still not the best. Personally, I think. Like I said, I lived in Korea where we had like the fancy, like if you heard about the toilets in Japan, imagine that. They're like the same. I mean, they like the seats warm or the seats cold, depending on what you want. It'll spray your butt, your butthole with water to clean it off, and it'll like give like different like massaging pressures to make sure that it gets 100% clean. And then then it dries it with hot air. I personally didn't like it. Like the hot air blowing. Cause like the thing is like it's just all it's doing is like the air that's in the toilet bowl at that time, right? Is just poop air. So like you're just getting poop air blown around. At least that's what I thought. And then like yeah, you can get ones that are cushioned, but like cushioned toilet seats or like ones with like the fabric covered toilet seats, those toilet seats are cursed. And if you like them, you should be ashamed because they're disgusting. Why would I make myself chubby? Answering the question from, what's his name? Hado? Wouldn't that be at the expense of making it a joke? And wouldn't that be making fun of people who are larger? Yeah, you get poop air. If you get the one that like blows your butthole, then you're gonna just get poop air, like either like depending on your persuasion of what parts you have, you're there just gonna get poop air sprayed on your scrotum. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Or like poop air like blown at your hoo-ha. And then, you know, if you have a hoo-ha, you're just gonna, that's how you get UTIs. Getting poop air up your hoo-ha. It doesn't matter. Your link doesn't show up. See? See? I don't see your link. It is right here. I don't see it. It just shows up as stars. See? No link. That's exactly why I don't have links enabled. Is because people will just post the link without asking, without knowing what it is. But this is disgusting. Exactly! Poop air. Gross. Yeah, it can give you pink eye, and it can give you a UTI. A UTI is a urinary tract infection, which, thankfully, I've never had one. Fingers crossed. Because how it's been described to me on how it feels when you have a UTI, it feels like you're peeing out swords. That's what people say. It feels like you're peeing swords. And I don't want to pee swords. So, you know, always wipe front to back. Never back to front. Front to back wiping only. If you get frequent UTIs and you wipe back to front, it's your own fault. This pic of me on Twitter, I don't know what you're talking about. Pic of me on Twitter. Are you talking about like an emote? Oh, it was faux far. Oh, yeah, that's made by Mari. I love that piece of art. It's great. It's more like thick versus chubby, if that's what you're thinking. More thick. Thick. Get some milk. Throw the window at the neighbor's roof. I don't understand what you mean by that. Throw the window at the neighbor's roof. What do you mean? So, I have a bit of a situation. Hi, same old chain. Hi. Where there's, okay, how do I say it? This involves two other content creators. Not in a bad way. So this is not, no drama. It's not drama. Kind of. So there's one content creator that I've recently started talking to and hanging out with, like in Discord. Is the best way to put it. And we like play games together sometimes. We haven't done that in a long time, but we've just chatted while we did work. And then they're friends with this other content creator who's just started hanging out with them recently. This other content creator, I used to also talk to a lot, but they were doing something that I didn't necessarily agree with. And how do you say it? Like, it wasn't overtly bad, but like I really disagreed with it. And I talked to them, I sent them a message and said like, hey, this is why this is not good. You should probably stop doing it. And then they just ghosted me. So I was just like, so I stopped talking to them. Like, I didn't make a post. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't do anything. All I did was I just stopped talking to them. That's it. I just completely stopped talking to them. And that was like a year ago. So I just found out that these two people are friends, and they just started hanging out again for whatever reason. So I was like, okay. So I went to check on this other person that I stopped talking to. They're still doing the same thing. kind of. Not as egregiously, but they're still doing it a little bit. Like they're right, like before there was a line. They were walking the line, and then they crossed that line quite heavily, and now they're back to walking the line. And like in terms of like what I think is okay. But obviously it's not horrible enough that there wasn't like bad things that happened. So I'm thinking now, like, what do I do? Do I just like, do I suck it up? Do I just like, so if I see them in a voice call in a server, do I just like pop in and say hello and pretend nothing's happened? Or do I message the person and be like, yo, I still don't agree with, I still stand by with what I said, but I don't want there to be any drama. Oh, that might be the best thing to do. It's just say, I still agree with, stand by what I said, but I don't want there to be any drama. I haven't told any, like, I'm not, like, spreading anything, because, you know, I still like you as a person. I just don't, I disagree with your actions. Like, oh, that's so lectury, though, right? I don't want to that's, see, I'm not good at socializing. Right? That's why, like, video games where you can invest in charisma and just automatically become super good at speaking. That's why in video games, whenever there's a charisma skill, I just invest in it all the way. Just cause like that's my fantasy. Just have amazing charisma, and then that way I don't have to worry about it. Just pretend like nothing happened. No, they didn't call me out. Nothing happened. It was a clean walk away. There's some people who I know that are in both communities still. So I don't want any crossover, because like I don't think it was that bad. I don't think a lot of people won't think it's that bad. But like I don't want to say what they were doing, because like it could be taken as bad and people will know who I'm talking about. And I don't want to have any of that crossover, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So like, let's put it this way. Social justice warriors on Twitter will get super angry. The common person will be like, I could see that. Do you know what I mean? The charisma, the hat of charisma in Sword Art Online Abridged. Okay. I'll just hop in and pretend nothing happened. I think that might be the best way to do it. As Jarno and Same Old Chain is saying. I think. They're always in the voice call though now. They're always in that voice group, so I'm just gonna hop in and pretend nothing happened. And that's how I'm gonna do it. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. Is anyone getting hurt? I don't think so. I don't... I'm just not gonna say what it was, what they did. Because it's not a big deal. It's not, it really isn't a big deal. And it was more so that it went from regular communication to, even though, yes, I think I might have, my tone might have been more accusatory, but at the same time I was like, you should not do this. And then them just ignoring it for a week was more so the problem. And then they just continued doing that for a while, I guess. Maybe until someone else said something. I have no idea. Because like I said, I removed myself from that situation. But now, maybe going back into the lion's den. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go in, pretend nothing happened, and just not bring it up. Like, this is actually, okay, so just in case, this is the most I've ever talked about it in detail. And this is the closest I've ever been to, like, disclosing who it is. Because, like, generally when there's drama, I don't spread things. Or I like talking about it, but I don't want to, like, point fingers. Even when it's whatever's happening, like in a different case recently, where it's super egregious, I promised I won't say anything. I wouldn't say anything with the latest thing. Because, one, it just seems to be working itself out in my favor by not doing anything. Because, well, I mean, if you run outside and you punch enough people in the face, and you say you're not punching people in the face, something's gonna happen. Right? And what's happening with, like, so this is a different person. This is a completely different person, different set of circumstances, just to be clear. What's happening currently, I'm not going to talk about it in any detail, is someone is going around who's punched a bunch of people in the face. I'm using this as an analogy, right? And then they're going to people that they previously punched in the face and saying, those other people that I punched in the face are terrible and they're liars. I've never punched anyone in the face. And they're like, bruh, you punched me in the face like a few months ago. What are you talking about? It's like, I never did that, smiley face. And then they just get kicked out. That's the summary of what's going on right now in the background. They're doing a good enough job blowing themselves up. I don't have to do anything. I have a feeling, without me having to do anything, I'm not doing anything, I'm not messaging anyone. Do you know what I mean? I'm very hands-off. The other people that I know directly in this are also doing the same thing. They're not messaging anyone. They're not doing anything about it. But this specific individual is, like, pushing so many buttons in so many different places. And they don't understand why. Okay. How do I say this? So there's a tool that you can use on Twitch called Mod Lookup. So my moderator showed this to me. And you can see who, like, if you enter in a username, you can see who they mod for. Right? So in the span of, so this is me thinking what happened. I don't actually know what happened because I'm not talking to anyone about it. This is just me thinking. This is me thinking. I don't actually know. Okay, let me be clear. This is me speculating. And that's it. Just me speculating. based on using mod lookup. That's it. Okay? I'm gonna be very clear. Because, like, I don't want it to be construed in any other way. So, I looked this person up for mod lookup. And I'm like, oh, they're modded with all these other people that I know. That's gonna be not fun. Because odds are, usually mods will talk to each other. And they'll do things. And, like, odds are you'll probably trust your mods more than you trust, you know, some random person, right? So, I recently checked mod lookup. Once again, without messaging anyone, without doing anything. Just, all I did was I looked up mod lookup. And what did I see? They are no longer modded pretty much anywhere. And I was like, I see that they have odds. My guess is that they have done exactly what I said. They went to people that they previously punched in the face and then tried to say, I didn't punch you in the face, but this other person said I punched them in the face and they're terrible. And they probably went, bruh, you punched me in the face. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's what's happened. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm guessing. But I'll say that using that tool, mod lookup, and that's all I used, is mod lookup, was extremely satisfying to see. Yeah, what? I didn't do anything. That's the thing. I didn't do anything. I just didn't do anything. Oh, Jarno, by the way, I enabled phone verification. I didn't see this in my mod chat. I apologize. I'll make a post later today in mod chat in Discord. But I was talking to a bunch of other larger content creators. Like, actually, one of them who's streaming right now, Carsey. Do you guys know who Carsey is? Here, let me... So... Oh! Gotta type. SO... Car... This person. I think I spelled it right. Is that right? Yes. I was talking to Carsey, one of the people, and they recently enabled phone verification. And that's what ended up making it so that I also enabled it. If you don't know who Carsey is, by the way, they are a speedrunner. They do speedruns, they do theme speedruns, they do no-hit runs, mainly of like Resident Evil type games. I believe they're streaming right now. You bumped into the flow and forgot to say hello. Oh, hi. Hello. Hi, hi. Yeah, so yeah. We're talking about, like, trauma, but not really. I haven't really been involved in any trauma that's been, like, how do you say? Where I've done anything wrong? If that makes sense? right? Like, I'm just trying to think. Oh, it sounds so like gratifying. Like this sounds like someone who's anyways. I haven't really had any real drama, at least I think. Cuz all the drama has been like people just being dumb. I don't know. Like me saying those words escaping my mouth sounds really bad, right? Because like you could say the same thing about like, let's say someone like Kanye West was like, you know, Kanye West has never done anything bad because everyone they interacted with, the interaction is justified. Meanwhile, they make a music video about beheading someone. So like me saying that sentence makes me sound like a sociopath. But yeah, today is like the most I've ever talked about it directly. And I know like you're not supposed to... I try not to talk about it too much. I don't think I'll ever directly call someone out. If that makes sense. I think the only time I'll ever directly call someone out is if they make like a public statement about me that if I read it, I'm like, this could look really bad because they've manipulated the evidence, right? Like imagine if they like have a Discord message with me, they're like, hello, and I'm like, hi, and they're like, what do you think about VTubing? And I think it's great. And then they edit the message to be like, what do you think about this horrible thing that everyone should dislike? And then, you know, it shows my message, I think it's great. And then, you know, they just conveniently like Photoshop out the edited part. You know, obviously I have to respond. See, like, even if I know someone is like spreading rumors through DMs, my thought is always, if someone is gonna believe someone through DMs, like if someone okay, here's the thing, right? If someone were to message me about someone that like, let's just say, I don't know, I'm gonna use AI Candy as an example because I love AI Candy. So if someone were to message me about Candy, like, Candy has done these horrible things and you should stop talking to them. Hashtag canceled. And I'd be like, that's strange. So instead of being like, yeah, I hate them, I'll be like, I'll message Candy, be like, hey, what's going on? Right? And that's, I kind of expect the same thing, right? So if someone's not willing to, you know, say like, what's going on? Then they're probably not someone that I would want to interact with anyway. Do you know what I mean? I don't want any, you know, bandwagon jumper honors. Cancel culture. Oh, cancel culture. Cancel culture. Let's talk about that for a moment. I think it's not cancel culture if someone's doing something legitimately bad to multiple people. If they have a repeated history of doing something, or if they are trying to cancel someone else by making up a bunch of fake stuff, retaliating, just like defending yourself, or preventing someone who has a history of repeating horrible actions to multiple people, preventing them from doing that or defending yourself is not cancel culture. Right? So let's give an example. Let's give a spicy example. Okay, I'll give my spicy take. Now that the whole Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing has begun concluding. Give me a second. Right? Like, me not watching Amber Heard stuff in the future from now on, is that cancel culture? Well, I've taken the time to look at what's going on, and I've seen both arguments from both sides, right? And like, it's very clear that one side is the abuser, one side is twisting events and making up stories to harm another person, and apparently they also have a history of this. So, do I think that person should have a platform? No. And will I watch any movies that they're in the future? No. I don't agree with it. It's like, is that cancel culture? Owie! Hi! Thank you for the raid! How was your stream? What were you streaming? Hello! Hi! Welcome, Pickles! You're Pickles! You're Pickle Rick! I sent you... Wait, hold on. I sent you my pickle! Please respond! Yeah, it's been a while. Hi! We're talking about cancel culture. Earlier we were talking about why I'm probably not getting a Steam Deck. Even though I have the reservation expiring tomorrow in 25 hours, I'm probably not gonna get it. Just because I can't justify buying it. Battlefield Matt, thank you for the follow. So like, for example, like, let's put in another example. So Nestle, you know Nestle Corporation? Nestle Corporation has been, their CEO has been known to want to make water a non-human right. They will actively go into countries that have water shortages, buy up all the water, and sell it. They have previously made advertising campaigns that will say, hey, pregnant women, did you know that breastfeeding is bad for your babies? You should try our formula instead. Our formula, which has no nutrition, and it's basically just sugar. You should do that. And they made a huge push for advertising campaign in that, and it ended up with a bunch of babies dying. And then they're like, not my fault. So, like, is it cancel culture knowing that Nestle has done that, and I avoid using Nestle products when possible? Because let's be honest, Nestle is such a huge corporation. It's almost unfeasible to like not use any of their subsidiary company products. Do you know what I mean? So like, you might end up using something that's Nestle without even realizing it, because it's like, I don't know. Like, let's say if they own like the other company, like Poop Inc., right? And Poop Inc. is owned by Nestle. How would you know that, right? Without looking it up? Or does that like, I don't expect people to go into a shopping mall and like before they make any purchases, like whip out their phone and be like, okay, what is this company's history? Right? If I'm trying to organize others to follow suit, that is cancel culture. Okay. So let's take this another step. Pooping. let's say someone is known for, how do you say, a certain kind of harassment, right? And they have a history of a certain kind of harassment, right? They've been, you know, I'll just use the word. Okay, so let's say someone has been sexually harassing you, right? And you're like, fine, you know what, whatever, cut off ties. And then you find out that they've been sexually harassing people for years. And you know for a fact that you find out that they've also been sexually harassing other people that you know at the same time. Right? So they're sexually harassing you, they're sexually harassing other people, and you see in the past that they have a storied history of sexual harassment. Right? Is getting together with those people and sharing your story and getting your story straight and then removing that person from your community, is that cancel culture? Like basically getting together, comparing notes, is that cancel culture? If no one like makes a public post about it, they're not like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because like that kind of a thing, people don't want it to be public, right? Is that cancel culture? But like, but here's the thing: some people will label that as cancel culture, which is the problem, right? So let's go back to this Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, because that's like a more public example where I can specifically point to things without, you know, naming real people like that, you know, exist on Twitch or Twitter or Discord or YouTube or whatever, right? Everything's been publicly aired. Their dirty laundry is out there, so you know we can talk about it without worrying. So Amber Heard is accusing Johnny Depp of exactly that, whereas Johnny Depp is accusing of physical and emotional abuse, and also, you know, defamation. In addition, they're both doing defamation, but like the defamation is centered around physical. Johnny Depp saying this person has a history of physical and emotional abuse, and then I think Amber Heard is saying Johnny Depp has a history of physical and sexual abuse. Right? So like viewing it like without looking at the facts of both sides, right? Gathering a bunch of people together, like you can see that if Amber Heard were to gather a bunch of people and share this evidence, and if Johnny Depp were to do the same thing, they're both doing the same thing. Right? Are they part of cancel culture? What is cancel culture? Right? When do you start considering it cancel culture? Because like I think right now a lot of people are super quick to jump the gun and be like, that's cancel culture. Because like that's like the new hip term now. Like cryptos and NFTs. It's like the hip thing to talk about. It's the buzzword. So you're disagreeing with me as cancel culture? Okay, well, what if someone's... Okay, so here's the thing, right? So let's assume in the situation... I'm just gonna guess that most of you are on the same side as me with the... Like, I'm using the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, so I don't have to bring up real drama between content creators, right? And because it's so recent in events, most people already know about it. That's the only reason I'm using it. So, would you say that... So I think reviewing the evidence, looking at the depositions, looking at the cross-examinations, it's very obvious that, to me, that Amber Heard was the abuser. Amber Heard's the liar. Right? That's very obvious to me. So, would you say that if you disagree with me, so people who are on Amber Heard's side, which I don't know anyone who is, would you say that because they disagree with that point of view, that's cancel culture? So there was a famous NYC talk radio person, said some things that were wrong. He apologized multiple times and people still rallied to get him fired and the station did. That's what cancel culture is? Okay. So let me share. Okay, I'm gonna sit down for this. Oh, I don't want a green screen. Okay. So, let me talk about what I think is cancel culture. So, to me, cancel culture is... Okay. Cancel culture, I think, is a negative thing. It's a negative thing. So cancel culture is trying to remove someone from a platform or a job, or remove someone from something, whether it's their job, a platform, a community, a place, without evidence of repeated accounts of the behavior that they're doing that is bad, or if it's a very recent thing, or if it's something that's, or like bringing up something that's super old, let's say. So let me clarify. So if someone's doing something really bad a repeated time, and they have a history of they did it back then, they were doing it not too long ago, and now they're doing it now, I think no matter how many times they apologize, right, if they show a repetition of that behavior, it's not cancel culture to want to remove that person, right? Whereas if it's something that they've done once in the past, and their actions from that time to now show the complete opposite, trying to remove that person is cancel culture. Now, I think that's where the confusion lies, is a lot of people will be like, well, I know this person, then they wouldn't do that. And it's like, well, here's the evidence of them doing it back then, them doing it not too long ago, and them doing it now. Right? If they have a history of doing it, and they're only apologizing now because they got caught, right? I don't think wanting to remove them is cancel culture. However, like I said, the distinction is if they've done it once before, like a long time ago, and it's suddenly being brought up out of nowhere, like someone you know, in a deep dive on their Twitter or something, or like something they wrote or did like a long time ago, and their actions have clearly shown to be different, they should not be removed. As long as they, you know, own up to that mistake. Now, I think another discrepancy is when something is very recent. So let's say someone does something really bad at this moment. So like you see this all the time, right? So let's use an example of that one, like something you've probably heard in the news of like a drunk kid, like throwing a temper tantrum on an airline, groping women, and like basically like, you don't know who I am. My father will blah blah blah. I will end you. And then they get duct taped to a chair and they get fired from their job. Right? Is that cancel culture? Well, I mean, this is someone who's like old enough to drink. They're old enough to drink. They're old enough to fly on their own. So is it cancel culture for them to get fired? Right? But see, here's the thing. Is that some people will say that is cancel culture because they apologized. And I think that's like where a line is right now, right? So I think when it comes down to a specific recent event, and there's only evidence of that recent event happening, it depends on how egregious the controversy is. Right? Are they harming other people? Are they maliciously harming other people? So are they harming other people? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then are they harming other people with malicious intent? And I would say if they are harming other people with malicious intent, remove them. If they're doing it by accident, and do you know what I mean? Just like by negligence, then as long as they make an apology, I think it's fine. As long as it depends on like the severity of everything though, right? Like I think if they're like a parent and they leave their kid in the car for like half an hour on a hot summer day without air conditioning and their kid dies because of that, you know, I think that's common sense. I think that is egregious, even though it's not malicious. It goes so far into the negligence that's like in the realm of that parent needs to go to jail. Well, like that's the thing though, right? Like it's some of these things are common sense. Okay, here's a video I'd like to share. I saw this like on YouTube. I don't think I've actually watched it. Hold on. Let's do I have a wait? I don't have a way to turn the volume down. I think this is the video. Is this it?
This episode was brought to you by Opera GX.
Speaking of getting canceled and apologies.
We all love YouTuber apologies, and if you're thinking to yourself, Charlie, I don't like YouTuber apologies, well then you're lying to yourself, and more importantly, you're
Good
lying
morning.
to me, and you make me sick to my fucking stomach, make me want to spit. Everybody loves YouTuber apologies. It's a timeless classic and a staple on the internet. Nobody says I'm sorry more than YouTubers. YouTubers apologize
Yeah,
more
it's
than
Moist
a child
Critical.
whose
I
parents
watch
just caught him
them.
with his hand in the cookie jar. So today I'll be looking at some famous YouTuber apologies and slapping them on a tier list. So get a box of tissues out because some
Yeah.
of these are real tear jerkers. The first apology we'll be looking at is actually historically significant. It is the Fine Brothers React apology. This was kind of the progenitor of YouTube apologies and really set the bar low, extremely low, for every apology that would soon follow. And it really just kind of kicked everything off. Really, the genesis
whole
of YouTubers apology.
Okay, so like the whole Fine Brothers thing. Is this the video that I'm talking about? I don't think this is the video. There's a supercut of YouTuber apologies. I don't know if I can find it. But like the thing is like about YouTuber apologies is that most of the YouTuber apologies always start the same way. And like I think to make like a good YouTuber apology, it's you basically need to, well, you need to start like this. Get pet for sympathy. Holding dog or cat. Talk to dog or pet. It's like, I don't want to talk about this, and this has been a really hard time. And then lately there's been a lot of controversy about something I may or may not have done. And the key thing is you need to deny. You need to talk about it, but not directly address it. And and then, you know, bonus points if you can have in the camera shot a bunch of like cool stuff. So like there was this one about like the CS:GO Lotto or something where he was showing like his super cool expensive house, and in the background you could see like his Hummer. So bonus points for apology, right? And then you need to address the thing, but the very most important thing is never say sorry. Don't say the word sorry. Just keep going and then push the blame to someone else. That's the key to a good YouTuber apology. Push the blame somewhere else. Yeah, I don't want to watch the whole video just because it's like 17 minutes of just going through the same kind of apologies, and it's kind of crazy. Or just blame it on the viewers. Oh my god. Blame it on the viewers. I'm sorry you felt offended. Oh my god. I'm sorry you felt offended. Wow. That's certainly something. Yeah, okay, let's shift topics. Talking about Moist Critical. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I like watching live streams. Like, a lot of live streams. So, like, for example, I don't like Moist Critical's streams. I don't like it. They're boring. Because it'll be like hours and hours, and most of it would be silence, but sometimes he'll be talking. Like sometimes like you'll hear his noises or belches, it'll be like, yeah, baby! Like that. But like, is it because I'm so used to his YouTube channel? Because like his YouTube channel is, I love his YouTube channel. I watch like every one of his videos. So like I watched his YouTube channel and then went to his Twitch stream expecting like a conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like him talking with his chat or talking about something. And it's like, it's not that. Which like there's no issue with. It's just I don't like that kind of content, if that makes sense. So like I don't like watching streams where there's a lot of silence. Unless they're doing something which requires concentration and or skill. Like a speedrunner. Speedrunning? I don't know. Do I like watching the speedrunning? Not really. I don't think, is that a hot take? I don't think that's a hot take. But, like, to me, maybe it's just like how I view Twitch. I view Twitch as a way to talk with a content creator or talk with someone, and it's like, the main focus is like about having a conversation, because this is a live platform, right? And what are the advantages of being live? And the advantages of being live is not just like seeing my reactions, because if you want to see my reactions, well, you can just, you know, go to a YouTube channel. It's the interaction, right? And like, what's the best way to interact? Is talking, right? You're so offended right now? I'm sorry that, well, so lately in Twitch chat, I've been made aware that some members of the community have a different opinion than I do. And, you know, sometimes being a content creator is not the easiest thing to do. You know, we always have to be live. We have to be reacting in real time. You know, we have to find the most premium Top Chef content to sit there and watch. And, you know, sometimes we have to be clever. And, you know, it puts us down this dark path where you want us to be there the entire time. So instead, I record a 1-hour looping video of me sitting watching something while I'm actually not there and I'm going out to eat dinner or something. But you don't know that. Pretend I didn't say that. Oh, hi, Tomo. And, you know, some people have heard some of the things that I've had to say, and they disagree with me. And, you know, they're entitled to their opinion. And, you know, I'm gonna make a commitment to you and say that from now on, I'm gonna do better. And I'll be better. And those people that disagree with me and say that I've hurt their feelings and feelings have been hurt, I'm gonna say that, you know what, sometimes my feelings are hurt. And it's, put yourself in my shoes. Just because you have a bad take and your taste is bad. I don't even know how to do this. How? How do you do this? How do you do this? Is this the only sad music that I have? It's so good though, right? Oh, I have this one too. Oh, I have 3 sad musics. I have 3 of them. Get a PR firm? I'm not... I don't know. Like, I just say I'm sorry. And... I don't know, like, if I did something wrong, like actually, let's, like, real talk. If I ever do anything wrong, I'll be like, I'm sorry. I'll acknowledge what I did. I'll acknowledge why it's wrong. and I'll say, you know what, I won't do this again in the future. That's like, that's how apologies should be, right? And, you know, talk about the steps that you're going to be taking to make sure that you don't do this again. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for example, like, if I have rage-induced moments where, I don't know, I, like, break my keyboard or punch holes in walls, do you know what I mean? Then, like, obviously my steps would be, like, I will take anger management courses or something like that, right? Like, that's what it's all about, is owning up to, admitting your mistake, owning up to the mistake, and showing that you're going to be taking steps in the future to not do that again. Do you know what I mean? And then just don't do it again. Simple. What am I selling out? Up until stream, I was debating making a tip goal to try and raise $800 in 25 hours to get a Steam Deck. But as I was streaming, I'm just like, you know what? I don't need this. That's a lot of money to ask. And even if people like get part way, I'm not gonna buy it. So it's not worth setting it up. Cause like, I'm not gonna use it. So, hi Vel Strazo. Hello, hello. So yeah, the Steam Deck, as much as I want it, I don't need it. So that's what it boiled down to. I want it, but the key thing is, do I see myself using it 2 months from now? And the answer is no. So if that's the case, I'm not gonna get it. How would I just call you Vel? Easy peasy. You can use the Steam Deck as a tracker, can you? I don't think you can. Like, I honestly can't see myself using it in 2 months. That's the thing. Phones as trackers, gyro sensors? That sounds like so needless. But here's the thing though, right? It's like, if you don't need it, will you still use it? Do you know what I mean? So, for example, right? I don't need an espresso machine, but will I use it on a regular basis? The answer is yes. That is a key factor. So whenever you're deciding to get something, right? You have to make the decision, do I want it or do I need it? And odds are most of the things that you want aren't things that you need. So I don't need it. Okay, it's in the want category. Okay. So then I have to justify, why do I want this? How will this improve my life? And crucially, will I be using this 2 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now? And if the answer is no, you will not be using it. Don't try and convince yourself, oh yeah, I will use it all the time. No, think about it like realistically. Will you use it? If the answer is no, don't get it. And that's where I came with the Steam Deck. And the thing is like, what is it? I can't use it for a streaming OBS box anymore, because I already have one. I'm not gonna use it for VTubing, because I already have my own solution for that. Okay, so the main use case, playing games on the go. I don't do that. So like, I'm just not gonna get any use out of it. So like, as an example, espresso machine. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. Do I want it? Yes. Okay. Will I use it 2 months from now? Yes. Will I use it 6 months from now? Yes. Will I use it 1 year from now? Yes. Okay, if I'm gonna be using it on a regular basis. All right, cool. How much is it gonna cost me? That's the next step. Can I afford this? Will this impact me in any way financially? And if the answer is no, there you go. So like it's fine to have things that you don't need, but you need to be able to justify its use. So like arguably, most people don't need a gaming computer, right? You don't need a gaming computer. You want a gaming computer. All right. So you want a gaming computer. How can you justify the use of the gaming computer? There's tons of things you can use to justify it. But the key thing is, will you be using it 1 year from now? Odds are you're probably going to say yes. And then there you go. Get a gaming computer. So, that's the thing. The Steam Deck, no, like, hardware-wise, value for dollar, it's definitely worth it. And, like, you can get, like, an Anchor dock, and it'll be great, personally. It's just, I don't need it. Personally, I don't need it. I can see other people needing it. I would still recommend the Steam Deck to other people, but, like, I personally do not need it. If I got one for free, heck yeah, that'd be great, but that's different. I haven't paid for it, right? And, like, I would also go as far as saying that if I made, like, a tip goal, you know, made, like, you know, one of those bars that go down here, and then get people to be like, everyone, give me money so I can buy a Steam Deck. That's the same as using my own money, right? I think everyone wants one for free. On a new computer, why? Why 2K? Why do you need to spend that much money on a computer? $2,000 just on the computer, like the tower alone. $2,000 is as much as my gaming laptop and my gaming tower, like no accessories. That's a lot of money. July is when graphics cards are supposed to come out, by the way. Mid-July is when the new Nvidia cards are supposed to come out, as released by someone whose rumors have come true many times in the past. Compito, I think their name is. So, if you already have a graphics card right now, I would say get every component except for the graphics card and wait. Personally, that's my opinion. Wait. If you can wait until July, if you get a really good deal on a graphics card right now, sure. So like right now I have my main graphics card is a 2070 Super. I want to upgrade it, but I don't need to upgrade it. I would love to have a new graphics card because I need more VRAM. I don't want a faster one to play games. I want one that has more video memory, so I can do more cursed stuff in Unreal Engine, basically. That's the sum of it. That's the sum of it. Unreal Engine stuff. Hi, Yoshi. Hello. So, New graphics card. I just want VRAM. That's it. I don't even know what I would do with my 2070 Super after that. I guess if I upgraded my graphics card, I don't need to have another computer here, do I? We have a spare computer right now that has a moldy old 10-year-old power supply. Still works. It has a B450 gigabyte board. It has a AMD 3600X. It has 16 gigs of RAM, my old RAM. Basically, it's Sly's old motherboard that we thought was broken. It has a power supply that I found in storage. It has Sly's old CPU. It has my old RAM. And then it has my old graphics card, which is a GTX 760. So it would probably be able to handle a 2070 Super pretty decently. And then if I got a new graphics card, I would probably put the 2070 Super in there. And then just like, and be like, here, Sly, have extra computer. Iron Sevs and Blue Eye Spark, hello. 2 monitor setup, yeah. How many monitors do I? Tactically, I have six monitors. I'm only using 5 though. Because having the 6th monitor plugged in to the main computer takes up too much VRAM. I need that VRAM, so I unplug it. And I don't need it on this one. And the laptop doesn't have enough. I count the laptop display as a monitor. But the laptop only has its display in one HDMI out. The monitor that I have, it's not really a monitor, it's a pen display. It's a Huey on Canvas 13. It's nice. It's just it's not worth the performance trade-off right now, basically. Your PC builds? Like, okay, when we talk PC builds, when people talk about PC build prices, are you talking, like, end cost of everything or just the tower? Because, like, I'm used to talking about it in terms of just the tower. Right? Hold on, let's do something. PC part picker. PC builder. Choose a CPU. Choose a CPU cooler. Choose a motherboard. I'm just gonna choose the motherboard that I have or something close to it, which is basically this. Choose memory. I probably have something similar to this. Choose storage. I have a Crucial M500. Choose the case. I switched back to the other case, so I have, but it doesn't really matter what case you get, really. So we can just get like the H510, that's a pretty good case. And a power supply. So I'm just gonna build my, like, what's close to my current computer, if that makes sense. So how much does this come to? Okay. So, since graphics card prices are still kind of redonk still, they're not back to normal. $879 plus 400 for a 2070 Super, because that's what it was going for. 1,200 bucks, just like that. That's how much I spent on, I guess, my computer. Because when I bought my 2070 Super, I bought it for MSRP. Hi, Dark Utility and Turning Tables. Hello. So, like, this is how much a new computer should cost. But, like, right now graphics card prices are a little ridiculous. I don't think you can find anything for... actually, see, that's not great, though, for 3060. Wow. These prices are awful. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna add dun 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 dun. What are we gonna add? I've seen 3060 Ti's go for this price. There you go. Boom. That's a new computer right there. So like 1,500. See, I can see it costing that much if you're getting like a monitor. So personally, if you're looking for like a good monitor, I would say the Pro Art's pretty good. You should pay for an operating system, by the way. You should pay for one. If you're not paying for one, stop. And then, we're gonna make this more future oriented. We're gonna swap out the power supply. Because rumor is power supplies are gonna get more beefy. So you need something that's like 800 watts minimum now, basically. So let's add this 1,000 watt in. Oh, and then we're also gonna add in like a B450 motherboard is fine, but we should probably add, you know, a 550 motherboard instead. Like this Tomahawk, I think is pretty decent. Actually, we'll get the Strix. Sure. What are the issues now? It's fine. There. That's my recommend. I guess, yeah, $2,000. There you go. Hi, Cthulhu North. Or a car hobbyist? Being a car hobbyist right now is really expensive because gasoline prices are really high, and then you can't even repair your own car, right? Like, gone are the days where you can, you know, pop the hood and like replace your own parts. Everything's electronics now. But 2K, the $2,000 is including the operating system and a nice monitor. So, there you go. And this build is more future oriented, I guess, mainly because I chose a higher end motherboard that I don't really need. And I went for a higher end power supply that was like $100 more. And then most people don't include the cost of Windows, which I will include. And then also a monitor. So like if you don't include this, then you're looking at $1,500. But then, you know, if you already have some other, like, you might not need this kind of a power supply. I need a drink. Wow, not using the wireless headphones? Like the SteelSeries Arcs Pro Wireless? I removed that just to test it out. It's reducing so much interference right now, what the heck? What? That's crazy! How much interference that thing alone has added. What? Wait, will that make my wireless mic better? Hold on. Let me switch to my wireless mic. Okay, wireless mic connected. Give me a sec. Turn this on. And then switch cameras. Oh, it's still staticky. It's still staticky. Isn't it? Wait, did we just get raided? Hello? Wait, what? Hello? Hi! Hi, everyone! Who raided? Twin? Is this oh, why am I doing the rain? Hi! Hi! Hello! Hi, everyone from Twin Stream. I'm Fofmit, a virtual content creator here on Twitch. I'm known for doing facial tracking and making my own Unreal Engine application, which you're seeing right now. But yeah, check it out. Look, my environment. Look, I can walk around. Well, welcome. I also have a YouTube channel, which I do tutorials if you want to learn how to do VTubing stuff. Hi. Hello. Oh, don't make my head big. Okay, let me switch back to the other mic. Sorry. I was just testing something out. But welcome. Yes, if you drop a follow, you'll get 200 and 300 channel points, and you can do a whole bunch of cool stuff, like make wieners appear, and then hydrate me. We're getting hydrated right now. And then if you combo Glizzy, the Glizzy redeem, and make wieners appear and water, then you can get your wieners wet. Right? Wet wieners. That's what we have in the ground right now. We got a bunch of wet wieners. But everyone, welcome to the Thank you for the follows. Twin, I saw that you were doing art on your stream. If you guys don't know who Twin is a variety VTuber and artist, and they also do live 2D models. So I really recommend following them, but also follow them on their other socials like Twitter. Definitely worth. Hi. Yeah. What special? What can I show off other than the wet wieners, which you saw? You saw a bunch of wet wieners. I have a handheld camera, but I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my sponsored chair. I'm thinking about adding another angle in. But yeah, today, what we're doing today. Today's Saturday. We kind of it's a chill day where we talk about stuff. We're talking about cancel culture, of all things. And then we went talking more tech afterwards. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing some fun stuff. Sunday Fun Day. Tuesday is Virtual Tuesdays, where we do things centered around virtual reality. And then Thursday is Developer Thursday. I think on Thursday, we're going to do some modeling in Blender. Or work in Unreal Engine, I'm not sure. We'll get there. But everyone, welcome. The topic because of certain trials occurring? Maybe. I was using them as an example just because everyone knows about it, right? And like, to me personally, I think it's very clear which side is in the right and which side is in the wrong. I personally think. But it really depends, I guess. You look away for 5 minutes and you see what you see a bunch of wet wieners. See? Wet wieners all over the ground. Oh, they're not wet anymore. They're dry. Dry wieners. But yeah, so I'm in Unreal Engine, and you could spawn a bunch of stuff. Dish delish. Everyone enjoys a wet wiener. Is that what you're saying, Perrin? Oh, by the way, we're also testing out the change my outline. So it should be like a 5 channel point redeem, and you should be able to change the color of my outline to a random thing with a 5-point redeem. If you want to see something that one of the newest things that I've added. So this is the red glow. Oh, so what's cool about the red glow is when you combine the glowing effect with NVIDIA DLSS, and then you add camera blur, it makes it look like this. Like I'm powering up and going Super Saiyan. Basically. It's not as noticeable here because you're not getting the blur, the camera blur, in addition to DLSS artifacting. Can't fault a good wiener. Yeah, sometimes, you're on the street and, you're feeling a little peckish, and you'll go to some random person in the street who happens to be selling a good wiener, and then, you just gotta gobble their wiener up. You gotta make sure you pay them, though. Yeah. You know, you're hungry. You're hungry for wieners. Haven't you ever been hungry for a wiener? Twin? Twin, are you still here? Have you ever been hungry for a good wiener? Watch Twin's like, I'm out. This was a mistake. Peppa leave. I knew it! I called it. But that's what happened. Someone redeemed Hydrate. And Hydrate floods my room with water. And then, you know, you can spawn a bunch of wieners and you make them wet. Right? Oh, I also have my prize collection. Part of my prize collection right here. I have my Domo poster. Yeah, everyone loves a good wiener in a bun. Right? Right? Soft buns. You don't want hard buns because that means they're stale. You need nice, soft, squishy buns. Those are good to slide wieners in. I have to add effects so that, like, right now you can't really see me kick the water. See? I think I can kick the wieners though. Wait. Oh, a little over here. See, I kicked the wiener. I wanna add splashing effects so that, like, when I move my legs like this around, you can see, like, water splashing. Do I have a VR headset on? I don't. I don't. Otherwise, I would have been able to more accurately hit the wiener. But no, no VR headset. My setup is very similar to Twin setup. Other than, you know, I have trackers on my body to track where I am. Do you know what I mean? Other than that, pretty much the same. Like, in terms of what we see. So, in order for me to see what's happening, like, in the VTuber space, I have to see the screen. Right? You can use Vive trackers, and that's what I recommend most people get. Because, I mean, that way, you know, you get a VR headset out of it. If you end up, like, if you're looking to become a VTuber, right? If you're looking to become a VTuber and you want to get full body tracking, get like a Valve Index. It's a lot of money, yes. But if you decide to not be a VTuber anymore, at least you get a VR headset out of it, right? Whereas, like, if you get, like, a mocap suit, like, mocap suits are better. They are worse in some ways, but they have their ups and their downs in terms of, like, positive and negatives. But here's the thing. If you decide to leave VTubing, what can you do with the mocap suit? Right? Versus a VR setup. What can you do with, like, if you decide to leave VTubing, what can you do with VR? You know, you can play VR games. You can go in VR chat. Mocap suit. You can do mocap. I mean, you could sell it. Suvi got a suit. Really? What suit did Suvi get? I haven't talked to Suvi in a while. Did they get a Rococo? Is that what they ended up getting? What am I using the control of the camera? I'm using, I'm using a selfie stick. You know, like those sticks that have like the extending, right? I'm using a selfie stick. Hi, Yuka. See? Watch. I can go like this. And I can put them out. I can put it down here. And I can walk away. See? It's just the selfie stick. Hers is Rococo too. Aha. Yeah, Rococo's nice. I hope that Suvi switches to Unreal Engine personally from Unity. But yeah, just a selfie stick. You don't like, you could, here's the thing, you can do a lot of what I'm doing right now with this with just like without having a physical object. Personally, I prefer having camera angles like this, or this. But the handheld camera, right? So if you ever played this game called VRChat or watched a VRChat streamer, they can grab a camera in VR and like pin it to places in the world, and like no matter how they move, it'll stay in the same place, right? Some of them will even automatically, like if I'm moving to the side, right? This, it'll automatically follow them, right? The downside to that is, without pressing any buttons, how can you do this? And the thing is, would you want to do this? Oh. Right? So like, I think this is a huge plus, being able to do something like this. Oh, you can see that these two monitors are off. I haven't put anything on them yet. So it's only this one that's on. But you see what I mean, right? How I, like, personally, I prefer this method because I don't have to worry about looking at an invisible object. I'm actually looking at something tangible, and I'm holding something tangible, and I can pick it up and put it down because it's a real life object, right? Hi, paper bag. Hello. Right? I think that's cool. And like, maybe I'm weird. Maybe it's weird to prefer having a physical object versus something that could easily be made digital, right? I just find it more intuitive to do it that way. And like, you can get even more fancy. So like, mine's not just a normal selfie stick. So like, you can see my arm moving around, right? This arm. Oh, of course, someone redeems big chest as I do that. I see. Hi, Kuro. Hello, hello. We'll just wait for the big chest to wear off. Okay, so you can see, you can get more fancy with it if you want to. Like, hold on. So let me do something. Okay, so you can get more fancy, and you can see my arm moving around, see? See? And you can get one that's stabilized, so you can get a stabilized selfie stick. And that's what I have. Hi Huno, hello. If I can pick your brain, I see VTubers like you get things like toggle during stream, but you don't see me grabbing a mouse. Oh, I have a video on that. So on my YouTube channel, !YouTube, I think it's there's a video that's like Twitch and VC face interaction, and that's the easiest way you can do it. So there you go. Twitch VC face interaction on my YouTube channel. See you, paper bag. So all of my interactions are handled through that same application that I talk about in the video and in Unreal Engine. So it's all hands off. So I don't have to do anything manually. VRChat, yes, VRChat, I think. But here's the thing. Don't install mods on VRChat because you're breaking terms of service. And if you get caught, you will get banned. If you are a content creator and you're brazen enough to stream with mods on, you will get banned. Hi, Waffle. Hello. Yeah, so don't mod VRChat. There's gonna be tons of people that are gonna be like, how do you put it? Yes, well, I'm an intellectual, and VRChat, they don't do anything with the money that they get. How dare they? How dare they ask for money? They should be doing things for free. Doing it for free. I use mods because it's on the internet and I'm entitled to it. I want UI features upgrades. I want multiple cameras. If I see someone's model, I want to be able to take it because it's on the internet, and because it's on the internet, it's free. It's public domain. How dare they ban me? I don't know. People are dumb. I've met tons of people that have that exact same point of view. They're like, well, it's on the internet, so it should be free. Or like, imagine spending money on a model. Imagine wanting to have something custom. Do you know what I mean? Or like, how dare you have a model and keep it to yourself? Like, what? What? Yeah, people are like that. And, you know, what can you do, right? And here's the thing, right? If you meet these kind of people, don't argue with them, right? Because, like, think about it this way. Have you ever had someone come up to you and disagree with you and be like, you're dumb because of these reasons, that's why you're dumb? What are you gonna do? Even if you're wrong, right? You're gonna be like, you're dumb. And then you're gonna be like, and then you're gonna peace out, right? You're gonna dig your heels in and leave. So the best thing you can do is just by demonstration, don't be toxic, I guess is the best way to put it. And hope for the best. Hope that they'll see the light on their own. Because often that's how things happen. Okay, have a good shower. You mute those people? I just try to, well, what I do usually is I talk to them. I'd be like, can you tell me more about like your opinion, and just, I want to know, I want to understand. That's it. That's all I do. I don't counter them. I don't say anything about it. I don't be like, well, but this. I just listen. Be like, okay, thank you for sharing your opinion. And then that's it. That's all I do. And if they add me as a friend, I'll be like, no, Does VRChat have something like approved mods? No. You're not supposed to mod it at all. Right? Don't mod it. It's as simple as that. And here's the thing, with the addition of VRChat OSC, so much cool stuff that you can do. Like, for example, there's another content creator who I know that has Twitch integration in their VRChat model. Isn't that super cool? In their VRChat model, they have Twitch integration. So like, I think when you sub, their model starts emitting hearts. I think with like a channel point redeem, that's something like treat them, their model starts vibrating. Which I'm like, yeah. You ain't got time? Here's the thing. If you want to get into 3D modeling, there's going to be some people that are going to disagree with me. And you know what? Let it be. If you don't know how to do any 3D modeling, download VRoid Studio, play around with that. Think of VRoid Studio kind of like 3D modeling with training wheels, right? It's enough to get you familiar with how 3D models work. And you know what? If you want to stay on the training wheels the entire time, you can. Now, if you want to get more advanced, bring that model from VRoid into Blender and start modifying it. And then afterwards, once you become more familiar with modifying models, try sculpting your own model. You know, it's like a gradual process. There's going to be some people out there going to be like, VRoid is garbage. Yeah, VRoid is garbage, and you shouldn't even bother with that trash. So, it's ZBrush or nothing. Okay. Here's the thing. The Unreal Engine difficulty curve. The Unreal Engine difficulty curve. So right now, if you're familiar with Unity, right, try to do Twitch integration like what I'm doing right now, like this kind of stuff in Unity. You can do it. What I'm going to tell you is that you're going to be Unity difficulty curve is like a nice gentle hill until you want to do advanced stuff like what I'm doing in Unreal Engine. And all of a sudden it's going to be like super difficult. Right? Because it will turn into custom coded crap that you have to do. However, in Unreal Engine, the difficulty curve starts early, but then plateaus. So once you get familiar with Unreal Engine and how Unreal Engine works, then adding stuff like this, easy peasy. Yeah, exactly. Don't go in the deep end. Start simple. Think of it like swimming, right? First you learn how to float, then you learn how to flail your arms and legs. Then you start in the shallow end, and then you go to the deep end. What if you want to make a model you personalize in IMVU? Okay, here's the thing. If you're taking a model that even if you've created this model on another piece of software, you need to check their terms of service. You have to. So for example, let's say you use a character creator in a video game, right? And you're like, well, I made this character. But here's the thing, you're using the game's tools to do it. And if you read the game's terms of service, anything that's in that game, including things that you make in that game, don't belong to you. So I would imagine, I don't know IMVU's terms of service because I've never really used it. I just know of it. I'm guessing their terms of service as you can't use their stuff commercially, which is Twitch, YouTube, etc. That's true, Jarno, but here's the thing, everyone learns in a different way. Right? Well, here's the thing, right? Let's say terms of service can be bad, and it could be the terms of service could be illegal, and like you could win the terms of service if you bring it to court. But here's the thing. Do you want to bring it to court? Do you have the time and the resources to do it? Just don't, basically. So like here's a really great example of two video games that have completely different terms of service. You can rake for tracking, VRoid Studio and Blender. Pingtron. Here's two examples of two video games that have completely different terms of service. So let's say there's Overwatch. Overwatch by Blizzard. You are not allowed to do anything with their assets at all. Period. Even if you credit them, you're not allowed to use it for commercial use. Technically, in their terms of service, you're not even allowed to, like, upload your gameplay of Overwatch, technically. Will they enforce that? I don't think they will. But, like, you're not allowed to take assets from Overwatch and use them in any way. So, like, you can't rip the Tracer model and then, like, become a Tracer VTuber, right? You're not allowed to do that. And that's typical for most game companies. Whereas in The Witcher gives you explicit use. As long as you credit them, you can use it. So for example, you could become like, you could like just literally just upload, like have a stream of you just playing all the cutscenes and cinematics, and that's your entire stream. And as long as you're crediting CD Projekt Red and you're saying it's from The Witcher, from what I've understood from their terms of service, you're in the clear. So like, for example, what I could do is I could rip assets from the Witcher game and stick it on my model as like a prop, right? And I'll have a channel point redeem that's like, become a Witcher. And like, I have a whole bunch of Witcher assets that appear on me. And like, as long as I say that those assets are from CD Projekt Red, is from the Witcher game, I should be in the clear. Whereas if I did that exact same thing with become an Overwatch character, Blizzard could technically be like, you're breaking our terms of service and we're gonna sue you. They can do that. So that's a difference of reading terms of service. It's very important, especially when it comes down to, let's say, model creation. Because there's some platforms that will allow you to make your own custom model. You put in so much work into it and you end up not owning it. Oh my gosh, yeah, Valve. Valve made like Source Filmmaker is kind of garbage now. But like at the time when Source Filmmaker came out, it was like revolutionary, right? There was nothing else like it. And some people still use it to this day. But I think now with like Unity and Unreal Engine becoming more accessible, I can't see why anyone would use Source Filmmaker. But like, you can use all of the, as far as I understand, you can use all of the Team Fortress, and Valve assets for your own commercial uses, because like, for example, like Black Mesa, that's a Half-Life mod, basically. You're one of the Black Mesa devs? Like, I believe you, but I have to check now. Let me switch cameras. Boop, boop. You know, onboard error, if you're gonna make statements like that, like whether even if it's like I have no reason to disbelieve you, right? You should make socials and then link it to your Twitch. Like, basically, like, for example, make a social, make sure that on, like, the official source, it links to, like, your Twitter or something. And then on your Twitter, it links directly to your Twitch. And that's, like, an easy way to be, like, to get that, you know, easy verification. Because I'm not saying that I don't believe you, because, like, I don't have a reason to not believe you. But what I'm saying is that have that so that there's no question about it. If that makes sense. But the thing is, like, it's just a username, right? Anyone can make a username. Yeah, so, like, it seems legit. I don't have links on. Like, I'm just gonna say I believe you, but I would recommend just taking those extra steps. Yeah. Because, like, I think the only people that I don't believe are, like, oh, okay, so here's a great example, right? Here's a really, really good example. Someone came in recently, and their name was Steve from Gamers Nexus, their Twitch account. And then I click on their page, and, like, literally, it looked legit. But I'm like, their username was Steve from Gamers Nexus. Their Twitch account was Steve from Gamers Nexus. They had Steve's face. They had all the branding on proper, but they weren't partnered. And I was just like, interesting. And they're like, is this Steve from Gamers Nexus? And I'm like, yep. And I'm just like, do you know what I mean? The thing is, like, I hate TikTok, but I have a TikTok. Only to park the name. I hate... I don't hate OnlyFans, but, like, I don't see myself ever making OnlyFans content. But I have an OnlyFans account just because I don't want someone else to take it. Yeah, so, like, what I ended up doing, like, to verify, well, like, Steam from Gamers Nexus, right? It's pretty big. And, like, it was easy enough to just, like, go through Steve's socials and be like, this is not legit because it doesn't link up. But other than that, like, I had no way of knowing, right? So, like, I would say find the oldest source of, like, I don't know, like a forum or like whatever, and post or edit that, you know, hey, or just say, or just like update your profile to show your socials, and then just make a Twitter account, right? And then have it point to that social. And then on your Twitter account, just like put just like this is my Twitch account or whatever, and then boom, you know, no one has any reason to not believe you in the future. Real Johnny Depp. Yeah. So like, for example, this happened to me. Someone who plays Phantasy Star Online 2 has my username. I don't play that game, but they don't say that it's not me apparently. So I have had people come in from like brand new to stream and like, oh, I think I met you in Phantasy Star Online 2. I'm like, I don't play that game. And then I got a screenshot and it's like someone is indeed Fofamit. And the thing is too, right? It's like onboard error. I'm guessing that's a very unique username, because if you search onboard error, you're not going to get a lot of usernames with that. Just like how my username is very unique. When you search Fofamit, you only get me. But like, we're both small social presence online. It's not like we're like Asmongold, where whenever there's a new MMO that comes out, someone takes the name Asmongold, and then if Asmongold's taken, then someone takes Asmonballs. So it's just like, on any socials, just like start parking your username just for future, avoid any possible confusions. But yeah, I haven't, okay, can I be honest? I haven't played Black Mesa. I just know a lot about it. I've watched hours of content and lore and developer blogs. Tons of stuff. I've done tons of reading. Mostly watching a lot of YouTube videos about Black Mesa. And like the origins of it. And I just haven't played it. I don't know. My first Half-Life game, Valve game, was, okay, this is how I got into Half-Life. I was just window shopping, and I happened to be I just went into a game store, and like they had this display of this computer game called Half-Life 2, and everyone was like talking about it, and I was just like in the store, and I was just like, so I bought it. Apparently I bought it on launch day. I bought it on launch day when it came out. So I bought it, and I'm just like, oh, I need an internet connection? Oh, okay. So then I bought it, I played it, and I was like, this is an amazing game. Because like before then, like the game that it reminded me most of was Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex. And I really liked the original Deus Ex. And after that, I guess I really liked Half-Life 2. And then I would say the only game that captured me in that same way afterwards was Oblivion. And then after Oblivion, has there really been, after Oblivion was Dragon Age Origins. And then after Dragon Age Origins was Mass Effect. Then after Mass Effect 2, it would probably be VRChat. Hi Zillin, thanks for the follow. But yeah, if you guys don't know what Black Mesa is, you should definitely check it out. It's really, really good. Like it was so good that Valve went, we're making this into a game, basically. I didn't get the same feeling from Cyberpunk that I got from those other games. Do you know what I mean? Like, the awe. Like, you're playing the game, you're enthralled, you're in the universe, you're just in awe of what's happening. Do you know what I mean? I didn't get that with Cyberpunk. I didn't get that with Inquisition. The last time I got it was Mass Effect 2. And then after that was VRChat. Oh my gosh, Dragon Age Origins. I played Dragon Age Origins on an 8600 GTS with a Phantom 4 and DDR memory. And I'll just tell you, it was really slow. The game, when the game was playing, it was fine, but like loading between zones took forever. It was an old computer then, but like I didn't spend money on computers at the time. Oh, Dragon Age 2, no, it's so bad. Dragon Age 2 is so bad. It's so bad. Oh, you played it on PlayStation 3? I'm sorry. Dragon Age was good. I did the entire story. As originally I was a Dalish elf. That was my first playthrough. But I wanted to get with Morrigan. And I couldn't! Because Morrigan is straight! So I played as a male character for the sole purpose of getting with Morrigan. Morrigan's great. Morrigan is like Sundare. And if like, you know, my first playthrough with Morrigan was like, I got the good ending, I guess. So like, I don't know what happened with my, in lore wise, I don't know what happened with my character, with that character, because I went through the Alluvian with Morrigan, and I don't know what happens after that. I haven't played Origins, so I don't know what happens. I mean, no, I haven't played Inquisition, so I don't know what happens. Sly apparently said that there's the answer, but she refuses to give it to me because it's spoilers apparently. Okay, have a good sleep. But yeah, my ending with Morrigan was from the DLC. Went through, like, we just both went into a different world, and that's it. And apparently Morrigan shows up again in Dragon Age Inquisition. Apparently, but you don't show up. But then fat Alistair shows up. And I'm like, what the heck? Alistair! Why is fat Alistair here? The warden should show up. They should. But they don't. Yeah, why is Alistair so fat? He gets so fat and sad. How did I start my path from here to nothing? From nothing to here? It's, I started from VRChat. And, VRChat has this culture of having... Is that a custom model? That's what people would do in VRChat. So it's like the cool hip thing to have a custom model. So I learned how to modify models in VRChat. Then I learned how to use purchase models and modify those. And then that led me to sculpting, which led me to what I'm selling on Booth now. This is not a model I made myself. If you want to know who made my model, check out type !! model, and then you can get the link to the person who made my model. Super talented. But then when I left VRChat, I was trying to learn, like, how can I get my model doing the same things but more outside of VRChat, and that's what led me here. So I originally started in VRChat, moved to some VTubing apps, moved to Unity, and then moved to Unreal Engine. And that's my path. That's my line. Basically. As my moderator Jarno can attest, my C# coding skills are very basic. I would put like my C# coding skills on the level of an elementary school student. I would say my Unreal Engine blueprinting skills are probably on the level of a high schooler. I don't know like how I'd classify my Blender modeling knowledge, because like that's like art, I guess. But yeah, that's basically it. Was like, I thought, I want to do this. How can I do it? And then I figure it out for the most part. Either by getting help, tutorials, or just mashing my head on the keyboard until something comes out relatively like that. Yeah. I actually tried to get into Unreal Engine first before Unity, but Unreal Engine at the time was like too much for me to learn. I couldn't. I was lost in it for the most part. And then so that's when I went to Unity, because I was more familiar with Unity. And then I went back to revisit Unreal Engine later when I felt I was more comfortable with it. And the same thing with 3D modeling, right? I tried 3D modeling like right away.
Paper, snow, a ghost.
And I didn't know what I was doing. And then I constantly revisit 3D model. I constantly revisited 3D modeling. And what I noticed is that over time, as I just would be practicing other things, like my skill level would just like increase over time. Like I'm leveling up as a person. And so like now I've basically upgraded from only being able to do like basic geometric shapes to geometric objects, like this microphone. Oh! I dropped my camera. to actually being able to sculpt a model. Oh! My camera! Ah. I think it's... Oh no! Okay, I need to turn that off. Pull this off. No, the camera's not dead. It's just a lot of the things that I use are very jerry-rigged IRL. So like my camera is literally just like actually. Oh, we're good. I just gotta be more careful with it until I gotta glue it back in. I'll glue it back in. It's fine for now though. It's a Vive. Oh, so like for example, this tracked mic. By the way, how this works is it's a Vive tracker hot glued to a SM7B. Yeah, that's how that works. That's how I can move around my real mic, see? This is a real mic. See? Because, like, often the easiest solution is the best solution, right? Right? Occam's razor? Like, I could have made a whole IK system, and then had the tracker, like, attached to the boom arm, and then have it controlled by IK based on rotation and whatever. But I'm like, or I could just hot glue the tracker directly to the mic, and then have inverse kinematics work like that versus having non-inverse kinematics, right? Just do it the easiest way. So if you're like, oh, Fofa, you ruined your expensive mic. No. So the SM7B comes with a back plate, right? It comes with an extra back plate that you can take off. Right? So on the back of an SM7B, there's like a bunch of dip switches that you can change the profile. And then you can put a back plate on top of that. That's just a solid piece of metal. So the microphone is hot glued to the solid piece of metal backplate that is screwed in on top of the dip switches. How many sensors? I'm only using 4 Vive trackers now. I've reduced the amount of Vive trackers I use because most of it now is... So, like, the hip movement's nice. And then also I can shrug my shoulders. Yeah. So my entire setup, like, the only time I need the extra trackers is one for this, the other for the other camera, and one for moving my body around. So I'm being tracked with a tracker, one tracker. And then, oh, and then my chair. Exclamation mark GG. Oh, like, how many points of tracking do I have? On each hand, there's 7 points. On the body, how many are there on the body? I have like 40 points of tracking on my body, but that's with a mocap suit, so it doesn't count. So I have a Vive tracker for positional tracking, and then what's actually tracking my body is a mocap suit, yes. Here's the thing about VRChat. Is I have a 10-point tracking setup. I have the trackers to do 10-point tracking in VRChat. And I don't think it's worth it. The IK in VRChat is good enough that if you just have 6, so your headset, your controllers, hip, and feet, most people can't tell the difference. Apparently you can have up to 11 points of tracking too in VRChat, but the thing is that, you're not gonna really notice that much of a difference. So for example, in VRChat, right? If you hold your arms like this, and then you twist your arms, you can't do this in VRChat if you have 6-point tracking. So if you do this in VRChat with 6-point tracking, you do this, it's gonna move your elbows like that. Like this. Because it doesn't have trackers right here, right? So it doesn't know how to rotate that. But I mean, like, for the most part, when you're just normal everyday moving, no one's gonna notice that. So the only time like the extra tracking points are useful in VRChat is if you do dancing. It's see, onboard air dancing, you dance a lot. See? Dancing is the only use case I can see for having more than 6 trackers. But the thing is though, is like having 10, 11 trackers on your body, like headset, 2 controllers, and then 7 or 8 trackers, it's such a pain. Because first you have to mount them to your body, and then you have to make sure, if you want them to last longer than 2 to 4 hours, you have to then like have to figure out a way you can charge them. And then you're like, oh, like, do you know what I mean, right? It's such a pain. It's not worth the extra money and hassle, in my opinion, unless you're dancing. Oh yes, and a large USB hub. The thing is though, and then also on top of that, right? If you have Vive trackers, then you have all these USB dongles. And the problem with having all those USB dongles is that if you have 7 trackers, then you're gonna have to have 7 USB dongles. So 7 wireless devices communicating, right? And they interfere. Not only does it draw a lot of power, right? So you can overdraw a power hub, your USB hub, which can cause your VR to like freak out and all of your Vive trackers disconnect because your USB hub had to like basically had a brownout in terms of power. So then you have to make sure that you have your USB hub on a USB port that has enough power and bandwidth in order to have all those trackers on there. And then they interfere with each other. Because like imagine this, right? I'm standing, you guys are right there. You're standing right here, right? And now imagine I'm over here and I'm shouting at you and I'm talking to you. You have no problem hearing me, right? Now imagine if there's 7 of me all trying to talk to you at the same time, right? If you concentrate really hard, you might be able to hear one conversation, but you're not gonna be able to hear all 7 at the same time. So you're gonna get interference. So you have to like spread the trackers out, which is a pain. Alternatively, you can get a Tundra dongle, which is like 1 USB dongle or 2 USB dongles to use all 7 trackers, and then that generally resolves the issue. Yeah, getting trackers can also sometimes be a pain, I agree. Is it possible to track the whole body with Kinect? It is. It's not good though, and you'll be disappointed. It's not worth the effort. You're on a Quest 2 with index controllers, and you have 9 USBs to do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I know exactly your setup. And like, basically, let me guess. You have to do this to calibrate everything. Right? Yeah, and like, I'm just gonna let you know, on anyone who's doing what Onboard Air is doing, where you're using an Oculus Quest with base station tracking, you're losing performance on the table. You are. Because like, I went from at the time I was using a normal, just a Vive headset, and then I did that with an Oculus Rift. And I had to calibrate. And I was like, why is the frame rate so bad? It's because you lose performance on the table with like all the jank. It's terrible to say this, but like, it's like I don't know. I want to make a video on saying don't use an Oculus Quest with base station tracking specifically, because everyone that I know that has it like has so many problems. Yeah, see the thing, Index has a wire. So I don't have an Index. My VR headset is a Vive Pro I. Don't buy that headset. But the one thing I do want to do with it is I want to get the wireless adapter. Oh, I can't use the wireless adapter. I need a new motherboard if I want to use the wireless adapter. Yeah, I need a new motherboard if I want to get the wireless adapter. But you can go wireless with it. And that's like the only plus. Is it worth the plus? No. There is a wireless adapter that works on the Valve Index. But it's just as jank as the Oculus Quest setup, to be honest. Yeah, right now my next computer upgrade, honestly, is probably gonna be a new power supply. I need a new power supply because graphics cards are going the way of the Fermi architecture. So if you don't know what Fermi is like an old NVIDIA architecture, which was the GTX 400 and 500 series. And when those came out, it was basically like, I'm going to suck out 600 watts overclocked, okay? So, they're doing that again, basically. Rumor has it. So, my 600 watt SFX power supply is not gonna cut it. I believe right now, because I don't overclock, I'm fine. So I have a 5800X 2070 Super, non-overclocked. I'm good. Yeah. So my next upgrade would be a new power supply, new motherboard, because right now I have a Gigabyte B450 ITX board. Basically. You're where hard drives come to die? Hard drives you need to be very careful with. Basically, treat a hard drive like a wine glass. Once it's dropped, you can never trust it. Even if you drop a wine glass and it survives the drop, you can never really trust it to be fully, you know, good again in the future. So treat it like glass. SSDs are fragile, really? I literally have my SSDs. I used to have my SSDs like duct taped or velcroed in. I haven't had a hard drive die on me yet. Actually no, I have had one die. And just because I wore out the SSD on it. So the hard drive that I had that died was the Seagate Momentous XT 500 gig drive with an 8 gigabyte SSD cache. So it was a hybrid drive. And the SSD cache burned out because I used it too much. Because like at the time, SSDs, like to buy a 128 gig SSD was like $500. So I'm like, do I spend $500 on 128 gigs? Or do I buy this Momentous XT for $150 and get 500 gigs with SSD caching? So to me, the solution was obvious. But yeah, VRChat. Oh, I love VRChat so much. I want facial tracking to be better in VRChat. One of my internal drives, so one of the things I kind of do for like non-speed critical, so I don't need it to be fast, but if it's long-term storage, is if I see a really good deal on, usually you'll find good deals on external USB drives. So like I have a 4 terabyte external drive that I shucked, which means I opened it up, I took the drive out, and then I stuck it in my computer. It voids your warranty, by the way, but like there was a 4 terabyte external USB drive on sale for like $80, and I was like, yes, please. You've had a failure rate of 1 out of 10. I think it depends on the SSDs that you use. On failure, right? So I would say if you're doing mission critical work, just get Intel. Just get Intel SSDs. That's it. Only Intel all the way. Samsung, there's too much variance between the product line, right? So someone's like, you said to get Samsung, so I bought the cheapest Samsung from Alibaba that I could, and it died, right? I don't want to be responsible for that. Intel is like the easy, it's like recommending an Intel SSD is like recommending an iPad to your grandma. They're gonna know how to use it. It's gonna work. You wish you did? Yeah, so whenever I have to like recommend to a friend and I don't want to ever do tech support for them ever in the future, I'll be like, they're like, what SSD should I get, Fofa? I'll be like, Intel. Just get an Intel. Because what's a killer feature about Intel drives, other than being super validated, having a storage track record, is that when an Intel drive dies, it tells you it's going to die. And then even if you just ignore it and let it die, it goes into read-only mode. It doesn't just kaput, gone. It goes into read-only mode. Which means you just get a new SSD, pull all the information off of the dead Intel, because it's in read-only, and you're good. If they're news, they might get Intel Optane. No! No! But yeah, Intel. Intel SSDs, it's like, if you ever have to recommend an SSD to someone that's like not tech savvy, Intel. If you know someone that is tech savvy, kind of, and they're like, I'm just not sure what SSD to get, honestly, Crucial. Crucial SSDs are like the best bang for buck. If you don't mind, you know, not having some of the niceties that Intel has. So all my SSDs currently are Crucial drives. Because they're cheap, they're good quality, but I don't think I don't think they have the read-only mode feature. Hi Lawrence, thanks for the follow. Zone! Hi! Hello! Hello! Hi everyone from Zone Stream. I'm Philfamit. I'm a virtual content creator here on Twitch. We're talking tech right now. I'm known for doing facial rigging in VRChat, making my own Unreal Engine application that you're seeing right now. Oh, this camera. Hello. Hi. Well, welcome. Hopefully you had a good time with Zone, who was playing VRChat, Ready Player Zone. But if you don't know who Zone is a fellow content creator, a virtual content creator. They do a variety of things on Twitch. Honestly, there's so many cool things that they do on Twitch. Like, just check them out. You won't be disappointed. And like, one of the things that's like really unique too is that they have so many different, I don't know how to say it, personas that they put on for Twitch. So like, here's one of them, and then they have a bunch of other ones. So be sure to check them out, and like, check them out multiple times, because there's always something new happening. But yeah, thank you! Thanks for the raid! Zone does those things? What do you ever mean by those things? Yes, Zone taught me about that let's leave it at that. I didn't know about it. I didn't know it was a Nazi for work thing first. Zone has been my educator in those matters. Hi CJ, thanks for the follow. Yes. Oh, I've learned so many things because I've been diving into that world. So like last Thursday, Developer Thursdays, we learned how to do soft body, 3D soft body animations. So if you ever wanted to vigorously stick a hot dog into a soft, warm hot dog bun, you know, just like shove it in there, right? But like, you know, sometimes when you put a hot dog in a hot dog bun, it doesn't go in right the first time. So sometimes you just gotta keep putting it in, right? The hot dog into the hot dog bun. And if you want like physics interaction with that, we learned how to do that last Thursday. The Moth, thank you for the follow. Alim, thanks for the follow. Hello. Avocado. Hey, have a good shower. Yeah, I saw that you were streaming. Like when I went to bed, and then like I woke up, I'm like, you're streaming still. Holy smokes! Yeah, have a good shower. Oh, the avocado thing, right? Yes. I learned that avocado tastes like a penis. Yes, that is one of the very crucial educations that I've had. Because like I didn't know it, so we scientifically, like, I've never tasted, you know, I've never tasted a penis before, so I had to compare it to my hand, and then I went and got avocado, and then we watched and listened to a bunch of testimonies online, and then we came to the conclusion that it tastes like avocado does indeed taste like a penis. Science. Yes. I've been delving into that realm of research and science. Since then, I've started actively going on my alt account and searching for things. So that's how I learned how to do the soft body physics that we did before. If you want to wait, I can show you the result. Let me show you the result. Twitter. So this is what we learned, and this was a result of my my research. how to do this, and you can turn it into an animation. Right? Pretty cool. Yes, I did some real deep research. And all of this research is for, I guess, my yes. No, there were spheres. There were spheres, non-anatomical spheres. Remember, we gotta be Twitch safe. There were non-anatomical, disembodied spheres that could easily be mistaken for marshmallows. And nothing else. I'm planning to move into making content, making assets. Actually, the best way to put it is making assets for not safe for work virtual content creators. I'm not going to become a not safe for work virtual content creator. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just like, I don't know. It's not for me. Not for me personally. It's just like tattoos, right? I love tattoos. I think tattoos are awesome. I think they're cool. I can appreciate a good tattoo. I just don't like tattoos on me. If that makes sense. Is that a good analogy? I think so. So I'm learning how to make assets for virtual content creators that can be used for other content. Oh my gosh, I keep getting, okay. So I've gotten some followers already on my alt account. But I also keep getting like these sussy followers. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, how do you say? It's like, it's an account that's like following 2,000 people and has like, I don't know, 500 followers. And like their name is like Hot Babe 69XX, and then like their profile picture is like a scantily clad woman, and I'm just like, this seems like a phishing scam. So I just block them. I don't get that on my main account, at least I don't think so, but like on my alt account, I just keep getting those over and over and over again. I don't interact with other people on that account. I just follow and like, right? And like I have been getting some legitimate followers. But I also get the sussy ones too. Hi, degenerate viewer. Hi. But yeah, bots are like, hey baby, wanna have some tonight? just WhatsApp me on and then we can get some good going on. And I'm like, I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. Because I get that in my email. Ever since, oh my gosh. Ever since I started researching that kind of stuff, it's been appearing in my spam. I get a lot of that stuff in my spam now, ever since I started researching. Like, what is this? This email says, the email is from me, and then heart emoji, super me, can't wait anymore, kiss emoji, Fofamit, see my nude, what is that? Ice cream pics, and me hard. That's the subject! Ever since I started doing, scientific research, I've been getting emails like that in my spam. Oh my gosh, what's this? Business proposal? Question mark. Are you interested in my proposal? Business corporate cooperation. Hello, Fofamit. This is blank from blank marketing department of this blank company. A high-end ergonomic chair brand. What the heck is this? Is this real? I'm in wait, why is this in my spam? Why is this message in spam? It's similar to messages that we've identified as, that were identified as spam in the past. Hold on. What is this? Hello, Fofamit. This is blank from Chair Company Marketing Department. Chair Company is a high-end ergonomic chair brand with its own product factory exported to more than 80 countries around the world. We saw your YouTube channel and it's awesome. Therefore, we hope to invite you to evaluate our company's project and reach long-term media market cooperation. The following is basic information of our company. Company name. I've never heard of this company in my life. Oh, they're from China. Okay. Can I even buy their chairs here? Oh, they sell them at Canada Computers. Okay. All right. They don't look like anything special, though. Okay, I know what kind of I sat in their chairs before. So they're offering me $800 to have a chair for a sponsorship. Like, for a product feature, I guess? $800 worth of product. So that'd be like one chair. But like, it's not gonna be as good. Okay. I've been researching chairs quite extensively. And I've sat in their chairs in Canada Computers. You know, I saw them. And I'm just gonna say that their $500 chair, their $500 ergonomic business chair, is literally the exact same quality as a $150 Costco ergonomic chair. Like, they're probably made in the same factory. So, essentially, this company is selling snake oil. So, I'm just gonna ignore it. It went into my spam. I don't know. It's like I said, I've done research on chairs, and here's the thing. If you are looking for a nice ergonomic chair, my recommendation it's gonna be two brands. Just from my research. And the only reason I'm recommending these two, I don't know. What's that other company called? Secret Labs? There's Secret Labs. I'm very on the fence about Secret Labs, to be honest with you. Because like they seem to have research behind them. They seem to be associated with some ergonomics researchers. Right? And so I'm on the fence. Because like they haven't done specific research on their chairs. They've done research in the technology that they put into their chairs. Do you know what I mean? Do you see how that's like a little different? So, I don't know. It's like, so I would say for Secret Labs chairs, I'm very on the fence about recommending. I've never sat in one, so I don't know what it's like. But what I can say is that and to preface this, I don't own these chairs either, but I know a lot about them. And the thing is, they have solid empirical research behind them. Is steel case chairs and Herman Miller chairs. So if you're looking for an ergonomic office chair to use, I would recommend Herman Miller or steel case. Personally. The only reason I'm sitting so high is because I got rated by Zone. Twin and Zone. Basically. Normally I sit like 150? 100? But yeah, Zone is great, and Twin, they're also both great, and super thankful for the raids. The reason I haven't blown up yet is because I just don't upload frequently to YouTube. That's why I need to do more YouTube. Where the brand is fun? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so basically, like, God tier, like, Dark Souls end boss, Millennia, and Elden Ring is Herman Miller. And then, like, just below it is Steelcase. But, like, the thing is that, why would you choose one or the other? Basically, if you cannot get Herman Miller, get Steelcase. If you're looking at used chairs, because there is a used chair market, and you're finding Steelcase chairs to be much lower priced than Herman Miller for some reason, get Steelcase. If they're the same price, get Herman Miller always. Chair brands and thoughts? I don't know. Well, like, what am I sitting on right now? I'm sitting on a stool that I have represented by gamer subs. So I'm sitting on a stool when I stream. And then over here, which you can't see, it's a Costco gaming chair from Costco. It was like $100. So that's what I sit in. Yeah. So, like, steel case, number 2. Herman Miller, number 1. What am I tracking my gamer subs with? It's, a Vive tracker. Chronic, thanks for the follow. Just like how I track my mic, see? My mic is tracked. I could, probably switch to using the other chair and not have to use the stool. But it's so convenient to use the stool because I could just Riker it, right? You know how, Riker from TNG, how he, like, here's something that you'll never unsee. If you watch TNG, the Next Generation Star Trek, look at how Riker sits down. Riker always sits like this. The Riker maneuver, exactly. Will I ever do a face reveal? I've already done one. And it was featured in PC Gamer. Didn't you know that? Hold on, let me pull it up. See? Face reveal. Featured in PC Gamer. I can link the tweet, sure. Sure. Right there. I'm one of these faces. I technically, these are all the faces that are being controlled by me. So technically, it's a triple face reveal. Of course I use light mode. I use light mode for everything. I have Discord in light mode. I have OBS in light mode. The only thing I don't have in light mode is Steam, because I don't know how to do it. I have Blender in light mode. I have Unity in light mode. Oh, can I switch Unreal Engine to light mode? I wonder. Yeah, but Steam themes are such a pain. I don't know how to do it. And everyone refuses to teach me how to do it because they're like, I will not let you commit this sacrilege. People that know how to do it, they're like, wait, why do you need to know this? And he's like, well, I want to switch to the light mode. It's like, I'm not telling you. Learn it yourself. That's what happens! Here's the reality, right? Light mode is better for your eyes if you are in a well-lit environment. And I'm in a well-lit environment, so light mode is better for me. If you are a gremlin in a cave with your lights off, then obviously dark mode is good for you. But I'm not. The science is not inconclusive. It's a fact. I'm stating like a literal fact. You can look it up. But here's the thing. Dark text on a light background is less straining on your eyes to read, which can be interpreted as light mode, because light mode has light background, dark text. easier to read, less straining on your eyes. Right? But here's the caveat. Because you're using a screen, which is a light source, if you're staring at one bright light source when everything around you is dark, that also strains your eyes. Right? So therefore, if the less amount of light that you can have in front of you while you're in a dark space will be less straining to your eyes. However, it's like, well, just be in a well-lit room with light mode on. There you go. No downsides. You question the setup they use like that? They can make a font for people like that have dyslexia. Yeah, it's called Comic Sans. Like, I'm not joking. No, like, no memeing. Memes aside, Comic Sans was okay. I'll start by saying I hate Comic Sans. I think it's the worst font ever. It's disgusting. But Comic Sans was designed to help people with dyslexia and make it easier to read. So if you're having trouble reading, try switching all of your fonts to Comic Sans. Just don't show anyone, because people will judge you. But I mean, if someone says I have dyslexia, here's the thing, if someone's like, why the heck are you using Comic Sans? What are you, a troglodyte? And you're like, I have dyslexia. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Right? Like, that's the only response someone can have is apologize. Right? Because, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, imagine having a wheelchair. Huh? Right? Like, who would do that? Right? So that's the way I see it. It's like Comic Sans is a useful tool to help people read better who are not able to read normally, aka people with dyslexia. But like, I think that's the only valid use case for Comic Sans. You know, if a company's like, you know, if Unreal Engine all of a sudden switched to their entire website to have Comic Sans, I would, and it's not April Fool's, I would think about jumping ship. I don't know of that font. Cause like I don't have dyslexia. So like oh, I'm being hydrated right now? We're getting hydrated. It's not exciting. Oh, I have VC Face open? VC Face is open for some reason. There we go. We're being hydrated. No, this is hydration. Hado redeemed hydrate. Oh, now we have wet wieners. Thank you for making your wieners wet. Hello. 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 I kicked the wieners. Wait. Wait. Over here. Yeah. Oh, I can't reach it. There we go. I kicked some wet wieners. It's hard because like I'm not in VR, so I can't see where anything is. So I literally have to like look at the screen and try to guess where it is. There you go. Oh yeah, I set the water to only go up to like here. So this is as far as the water goes up. I could make it so it fills the entire screen. But, this is fine. This is good. Oh, the wieners are gone. Mermaid mode? I could do that. This is a hot tub stream. I don't have a swimsuit for this model yet. It's not a priority to make one. I do have the base for this model. It wouldn't be hard to add extra outfits. I just haven't had time to. Basically. They can. It's just that takes up too much performance. If that makes sense. Because, okay, so like for example, if I were to make a bunch of wieners spawn, right? So let me do that right now. Da, 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 da. So now we have a bunch of wieners spawning. So here's the thing, is that this water is being ray traced, right? So it's, you know what ray tracing is, right? When it hits something, it bounces off and does other things, right? The hot dogs are also being ray traced from origin. So it's easy, it's not that expensive to have particles like these hot dogs or the water interact with objects, right? But it is expensive to do that in terms of computer resources, but having objects interact with other separate objects that are being part of a particle simulation is expensive in terms of computer resources. So I choose to not do that just because I don't think my computer can handle it. Oh, I'm using the Unreal Engine water that came with it. I didn't buy the fancy one. The $400 plugin that's out there, that's amazing. I didn't buy that. It's too much money. It's too much money to spend on like a one-off joke for hydration. So I'm just using the Unreal Engine one that came with for free with the engine. Oh, the garbage bin in the back? That? Oh yeah, so this over here, it's a trash bin, and then I made a pair of legs. Like I made a pair of legs. And then I animated them to do that. And then I put the sign. So gas lighters go in the garbage, because that's where they belong. In the garbage can. Jim! Thank you for the resub! Thank you so much! Thank you! Ah, yeah. I had a falling out with someone, and I wasn't gonna call them out, even though they were clearly in the wrong. I'm not gonna call them out and spread rumors about them. So that was a product of my frustration, basically. So like, whenever I have like a fight, I'll generally like take out my frustration in a way like that, if that makes sense. But I'm never gonna redistribute that. It's just gonna be like there, I guess, is the best way to put it. So for moderators in chat, if you're still here, I've been thinking about adding a giant flopping foot in the world. And it'd be like, I think it'd be a good opportunity to learn how to sculpt a foot like properly, and I'll just have like a nice sculpted flopping foot that people can, that'll just be like in the trash. I'll put it in the trash can and I'll animate the toes. And like, that's the thing, right? It's a way to constructively get out my frustration. It's a little nod for anyone that's, you know, that was involved and they see it and they can go, haha. And then if new people are in, they'll look at it and be like, what is that? That's funny. And they don't know what it is, which is perfect. What do you mean? I'll have a little foot with its wiggly toes. I might make it a hairy foot, like a hobbit foot. Yeah, I'll make it a hobbit foot. A hobbit foot. It's nice and hairy. I think a hobbit foot would be fine. Well, I mean, I have more stuff in it that's like not referencing that. Like, for example, that sign. I like the sign. See the sign? See this sign? This is Domo with a bunch of waifu body pillows. I want to have more things like that. Oh, and there's also behind here you can't see it. There's another picture. There's a poster of a stick bug. Because you can get stick bug. Oh, you can kind of. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. It's like beside the. Oh wait, it's like. It's right. You can see it kind of a little bit right there, but you can't make it out. I might move it so you can see it. Howdy, hobbit feet. First timer? Two things. If you're first time using Blender, I mean learning how to do modeling, one, use VRoid Studio, and two, learn how to use Blender by making your donut. Make your donut. Very, very important. You hate the donut? You need to make the donut. Basically, if you're like, I don't know how to use Blender, and it's like, have you made your donut? You're like, no, I don't want to make donuts. I want to make models. If you don't make your donut, you have no excuse. No one will help you. Make your donut. Make your donut. Be the donut. Become One with donut. I should make it rain donuts every time exclamation mark blender happens. I could probably make it rain like 1,000,000 donuts. I'll make it a channel point redeem though. I'll probably make it like 1,000 channel points, and I'll just probably make it so that it does that exactly. It just does follow this tutorial, making a donut, and I'll probably make it rain like 1,000,000 donuts. Do you have to start with Blender? No! Start with VRoid Studio, and once you get comfortable with VRoid Studio, import your model from VRoid into Blender. Oh, I love donuts. But you can't eat too many donuts or you get fat. Which is the problem. I'm being hydrated. Hydrated! Wait. Well, oh. I can't get over there. Hold on. Where do I need to go? Water? Oh, water's here. Oh, I can't get in the water stream. It's too far back. I can stick my arm in it though. Wait. I'm so hydrated now. So good. I love it. Okay. So it is time to give you 250 channel points for free. You shall receive 250 free channel points. And if you're like, Fofa, how do I receive 250 channel points for free? I'll tell you. All you gotta do is stick around. Don't leave. So what do you have to do? You just gotta stick around, and if you want to make it a little bit more exciting, all you gotta do is copy paste this raid message. Oh! I need to copy paste it. Stop typing, please. There we go. I got it. So who are we gonna be visiting? So if you stick through, all you gotta do is stick through. If you want to make it a little bit extra exciting, copy paste this raid message, because we're gonna be bopping Suvi. Suvi, if you don't know who Suvi is a self-proclaimed tutorial lady, and well-deserved title because they do a lot of awesome tutorials on YouTube. They're also the creator of Meowface, which is a substitute for iPhone facial tracking. You can use it on Android. It's better than webcam tracking, and they're super awesome. Apparently they got a mocap suit, which is awesome too. But yes, right now they're doing some community stuff on stream. Be sure to stick around. Get that 250 channel points. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. Have a super great time with Suvi. They're super wonderful. Be sure to check out their YouTube channel as well. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, and then Thai is also very tonal. I tried studying Thai some years ago, and oh my god, Fafa, holy shit. Oh my god, welcome everyone. Thank you for the ride, Fafa. How are you doing? Guys, make sure to check out Fafa if you haven't yet. They're super awesome, and their setup is super awesome. Thank